Welcome to the Deep Dive. We get you well-informed, cutting through the noise. Today, we're looking at something really quite unique. It's a very personal, urgent letter sent to a couple, Mackenzie and John, warning them about where they live. What's really gripping is how it weaves together, well, undeniable scientific realities, actual historic events, and some profound prophecies. So our mission here is to unpack the science the letter presents, and crucially, how it connects all that to a larger spiritual view. We want you to understand the whole picture presented in the letter exactly as it is without us endorsing any viewpoint. Okay, let's dive in.
Yeah, it's fascinating how this letter dives straight into a major scientific point. The Cascadia Subduction Zone. This isn't just any fault line. It's what scientists call a megathrust hazard. Basically, one huge tectonic plate is grinding under another off the Pacific Northwest coast. It's a known thing. And geoscientists are pretty clear. A magnitude 9.0, maybe even bigger, earthquake is expected there. It's not if, but when. The sheer energy from that kind of quake would be immense. And it leads directly to, well, devastating tsunamis, hitting the coast really fast, maybe 10 to 30 minutes after the shaking starts, possibly even sooner.
10 to 30 minutes, that's barely any time. And the letter mentions something specific, the cove effect. What's that about?
Right. The author uses that term. They explain it as how the shape of certain bays or inlets, the coastline geography, can actually amplify tsunami waves, make them higher, faster, hitting those specific spots harder.
So even less warning time in some places.
Exactly. The letter really hammers this point. No escape time. It says the ground shaking itself is the only warning you'll get. And trying to flee? Likely impossible. Roads destroyed, bridges out, communications gone. It even pulls in a specific statistic, a 37% chance of a magnitude 7.1 or higher quake in that zone within the next 50 years. The projections for damage are dire.
Okay, so Cascadia is this looming, immediate coastal danger. But the letter doesn't stop there, right? It suggests the instability is wider. It mentions the San Andreas fault, too.
It does. It points out that the San Andreas is a separate system, but very active. The letter says it's always under immense strain. And while it's different from Cascadia, it can still unleash major earthquakes, M7.0 plus. That adds to the overall geological stress across the whole western region, It's all interconnected in a way.
Right, tectonic plates aren't exactly isolated. And then the letter shifts focus again to something it calls the sleeping giants, the volcanoes. It claims there's a growing body of scientific evidence showing they're becoming more active. What kind of evidence are we talking about?
Oh, it gets specific. It mentions the Yellowstone caldera, for instance, showing more seismic activity, ground swelling, or deformation. And it highlights recent AI research, pretty cutting-edge stuff using algorithms on seismic data. Apparently, this AI found a 10-fold increase in the number of small quakes detected there between 2008 and 2022 compared to previous methods.
10 times more, so better detection or more activity, or both.
Well, the letter frames it as revealing heightened unrest detected with new precision. It also points to Mount Rainier, experiencing what it calls the largest ever recorded earthquake swarms recently. And Mount Hood also seen bursts of seismic activity. It doesn't stop there and mentions other hotspots, like the Three Sisters area in Oregon, Newberry Volcano nearby, even an undersea volcano, Axial Seamount, off the Oregon coast, all showing heightened signals, all being closely watched by scientists.
Wow. So the letter is really making a strong case here. It says scientists are unequivocally stating these giants are working up, calling the whole region a cluster of ticking bombs. That's quite the image. How does it then connect these very real geological threats back to its broader message?
This is the core of the letter's argument, really. It takes these huge, scientifically recognized geological forces and suggests they could trigger widespread devastation on a scale almost unimaginable. That's a direct quote. But then it makes this leap. It overlays these potential natural disasters onto a spiritual framework. The author claims these scientific possibilities profoundly underscore the grave warnings found in Scripture.
Okay. Does it mention any specific warnings or prophecies?
Yes, it does. It specifically cites one. A time will come when a third of the population will be taken out by a demonic force. Well, the letter suggests that the sheer destructive power we see in nature, like massive earthquakes or eruptions, provides a kind of tangible framework, a way to grasp how such profound global events mentioned in prophecy could actually happen.
So it's seeing the scientific potential for catastrophe as aligning with prophetic warnings.
Exactly. And again, we need to be really clear. We're reporting the perspective from this letter. The letter concludes that both science and prophecy confirm, each in its own way. That's its interpretation.
Understood. So boiling it down, the essence of this very personal, urgent letter is these undeniable geological facts about the American West, viewed through a lens that combines scientific observation with deeply held prophetic beliefs,